Hello everybody, so this video is entitled MSTR stock more orange despite weekend fears and weekend tweets, surprise tweets, contradictory tweets which dropped the price of Bitcoin nearly $3,000 at one point. We're sitting at 68 and change on Bitcoin, really not doing too well anyways. Let's talk about the Orange March. The Orange March continues. Saylor is buying more Bitcoin, but he likely bought more Bitcoin with the common ATM. If you follow this channel, you know I love the common ATM. I am all about the common ATM. Unfortunately, not a very good week for Stretch because we ATM'd 0 on Stretch. We did not get back to 100. And some people might be quick to say that this is strategy's fault. No, it is not strategy's fault. May I remind you the title yesterday on CNBC, worst day for Dow since 2022, right? That was their title on CNBC today. Of course, this week's was probably the worst week since April 2025, which you know, will you be reminded, which it was the worst, April 2025 was the worst in the history of financial markets. Anyways, unfortunately, not a very good week. It's not due to strategy. My point is, it's not due to strategy. It's liquidity. There's lots of issues in the market. Nothing is catching a bid. People are sitting on cash. Like nothing at all is catching a bid. Bonds were down, and gold, even gold was down, which is supposed to be this huge inflation edge. And the market just kept getting worse and worse and worse. Tuesday, actually, we had some hope of catching back, right? At one point, we were at 99.90 at one point on Stretch. On Tuesday, we had some hope of catching back, but the market was waiting until Powell and the Powell decision and the Powell speech. And of course, Powell kickstarted the crash, right? So Wednesday was an awful day. I made this video, rate cuts push back till we collapse, because even people who were saying, oh, we're going to increase the rates, right? Then Thursday was really bad, way worse, right? And then total meltdown on Friday. This was an awful week for the general markets last week. And so, of course, we can't really blame strategy for not getting back to 100. So what's going to happen? He's likely going to raise the yield again. We're going to get to 11%. So next month, the yield's likely going to raise. And if the markets calm down, we are actually, you know, going to be able to ATM and get back to the Stretch success that we've seen the past few weeks. But anyways, it's not a problem for me because, as you know, on this channel, I'm very big on common ATM, and I think dilution is a very good idea for MSTR stock because you're diluting, of course, at a 1.2 MNAV, which means that you are selling $100 for 120. That's what it means, right? And I think he ATM'd, but I think he ATM'd just a little bit. I don't think he ATM'd a lot at all, because if you look at the performance, of course, it's very similar to Bitcoin. We're actually doing slightly better, right? Minus 5% in 5 days for Bitcoin. We should actually be more like minus 7.5%. We're minus 6.5%. So my guess is he barely ATM. I expect a very small buy, perhaps one of the smallest buy we've seen in a while. And perhaps we're going to get a much bigger buy next week, because this upcoming Monday, tomorrow, should be super volatile. So if you followed from Friday night up until Saturday, up until now, we've just had tweet after tweet after tweet. So you had a news outlet that said that troops were being considered in the Middle East. Then Trump said no troops. Then he said, oh, we're getting out if you agree to our terms. Then he said, oh, we are gonna I don't know, destroy energy infrastructure within 48 hours if you don't do this or that. So it doesn't interest me, so I don't follow it, because it's like, I just want the markets to get back to normal already, right? I mean, I just want the markets to get back to normal already. This geopolitics, this macro backdrop is just so annoying. Please let's go back to normal. Like, this is so ridiculous. We didn't need this. And of course, it always happens in a weekend. Like, it always happens on the weekend. These tweets always happen on the weekend, which means that Bitcoin keeps getting knocked down. Bitcoin keeps getting hit because it's the only thing open on a weekend, right? So anyways, crypto fear and greed, we were getting back to neutral. Life was good. We are back in the fear category and we're dropping fast, right? If we have another bad week, fear and greed could go back to extreme fear. And all eyes on tomorrow evening as to whether the U.S. actually strikes energy infrastructure, which if they would do, of course, Iran said they would strike the energy infrastructure of the Middle East. So complete mess. Not good at all for inflation, or at least inflation expectations. Not good at all for inflation expectations. I hope we do not destroy the oil infrastructure of the Middle East. Let me just say that, because that would not be good for energy, and especially when we need more energy than ever for AI and all of these other applications that we have. So Bitcoin's not doing well under this backdrop, right? 68.8. Whatever. It's all about Monday now. We wait until Monday, and it's all about Monday. But I'm not unhappy with the performance right now, given the macro backdrop is essentially awful. Like we're talking super dark gray swan event now. So anyways, thank you for watching. This was not investment advice. This is not financial advice. This is only entertainment. I'm hoping you're entertained. Please like, please subscribe, follow me on Patreon, follow me on X. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.